Hello guys and welcome back to our channel. This is Eden and Rakavi, and today we've decided to talk about stalkers. I know, weird subject, but we've decided to talk about our experiences, and we found a couple of stories on Reddit which I'm sure a lot of you are aware of. We've decided to take some stories from there and just talk about them today. So yeah, Rakavi.
The inspo for this video actually came from you know the show that came out of You a while back now. The new season's due I think this year as well, about Dan Humphrey turned Joe Goldberg turned stalker, stalking people when they're murdering them and then not liking them when they're just like him. But yeah, I think we're gonna start off with Eden's experience first.
Okay, so okay, listen, this is a weird experience, let me tell you. This was weird and creepy, and I don't even know whether to class it as stalkerish or just weird, but you know, it's just an encounter that listen, it was creepy, and I just remember thinking like, what on earth is going on? But yeah, okay, I'll start. Okay, so one night, right, I was out with my friends.
How long
ago
was this? Me interrupting before you even start. How long ago was this? Sorry.
How long?
When was this one?
This was like 2 years ago. I think I was, how old was I? I was about 17, 18 years old.
So she was a minor.
Yeah. And I was young. Yeah, no, I was wrong. I remember being, I was at least, I think I was probably 17 actually. Right. But basically, so I was out in town with my friends, right? And not gonna lie, we were out pretty late. I mean, I'd consider it late anyway. We were out, we had just finished dinner, we were like chilling in town, talking. Anyway, we decided to go home. I get on the bus, it's late, there's literally no one in town at this point, except people like finishing work and stuff like that. And I get on the bus and I sit at the back. And not gonna lie, when it's late at night, especially girls, I think it's good if we sit like near the front, near the bus driver. Definitely. Just like, I remember telling this to my friend, like I told her the story and she was like, you really shouldn't sit at the back or like upstairs like alone, because it's too like, it's sus, like you just need to be careful, trust me. And like I sat at the back and I don't know, it was like 10 minutes past, I had my headphones in, listening to music, minding my own business. I was looking at the window, I was just chilling basically, just couldn't wait to get home. And then this guy gets on the bus and he sits at the back with me, like I'd say 2-3 seats away from me. And he's just staring at me, and I could see through the reflection of the window, like I was staring at the window and I could see through the reflection that he was staring at me. And I was like, okay, creepy, but I'm gonna ignore it. So like 5 minutes pass, he taps on my shoulder. I'm like, who is this? Like, what's going on?
And then on your shoulder, like
he really tapped on my shoulder, and I was a bit scared. And then he goes, he's talking to me, but I just ignore him. And then as he's talking to me, I took my headphone out and I was like, okay, let me just see what this guy's, let me just see what he's talking about. So I take it out. He goes, oh, what's your name? Asking me all these personal questions, and I'm like, okay, like I just answered them, but I lied. Yeah, I lied for most of them.
Good. Anyways, that's a good thing to do. Don't give them like
I lied. I put my headphone back in and I just ignored him again. And then he taps 5 minutes later again, and then he's asking me more questions, like where I live, like exact location, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not answering these. But I did answer them, but I lied pretty much about everything that I was saying, because
what's wrong?
This guy creeped me out. Yeah, he really creeped me out. And then I was trying to be nice, like respectful at the same time, because I wasn't trying to be rude straight away, but like I was trying not to be like rude, like as someone would. I don't know, I don't even know what I was thinking, but I was just like, okay, whatever. I put my headphones back in, and then I see my stop coming closer, like my bus was about to stop at near my house, and I was like, okay, cool, it's fine, like it's not that deep, you're almost home. Oh mate, I pressed the stop button and he's just staring at the fact that it's almost over. Button. Yeah. Like, okay, so I get off and he gets off behind me. Like I could see him through the reflection of the window on the right. I could see him just getting off with me, and this is when I actually got scared. Like I wasn't scared when he was talking on the bus. I was scared when he got off, because it was dark. It was almost midnight, and I was on my own, and there was literally no one on the bus. Maybe 2 other people and the bus driver, obviously. And yeah, I got off, and then he just walking next to me and just asked, like, bare close, and I was like trying to keep a distance, and I was like almost walking into the road, and it was just so scary. Anyways, he keeps asking me questions like, oh, where are you going? Are you going home? So where do you live? Like, he's basically trying to follow me home, and I was like, excuse me, can you stop? Like, at this point I was scared. I was shook. Oh my god, I was so scared. I was like, I stopped, like, and I was getting closer to my house. So
you were done. Huh? That's like, I'm glad you did that.
Oh, he was just like, he got, oh my god, Rakibi, he wasn't even,
how did he
like,
respond?
Confused or anything. He wasn't even saying anything. He was just like, it was like normal. He was ignoring the fact that I was asking him to leave me alone. He was just continuing to, you know, push to see where I was going. And I was like, okay, this person is weird. So I got closer to my house, and he kept like following me. So I was like, I was so scared, and I was like, okay, can you just stop? Can you stop following me? Like, I know you don't live around here. Can you just stop following me? And then he paused, and he was just like, oh, but aren't we gonna go home together? And I was like, what? What? Do I know you? No, fully.
Whoa.
Yes.
The thing is, you visibly,
17.
like, not in a bad way, like, this is completely fine,
but
you visibly look like you're young. You don't look like older.
And I was just like, okay,
for someone to approach you like that.
I'm gonna go home now, and I'm gonna go this direction, and you're gonna go that direction. I remember saying this, and I was pointing, like, you go that way, I'm gonna go that way, and do not follow me, because I was literally shaking, like, I was so scared. And then, trust me, I didn't know what else to do. I was like, there's no point being nice anymore. I'm just gonna be straight up, like, this guy needs to leave me alone. So he goes, and he's like, oh, okay. He literally goes, okay, and turned around and went away. And I was like, okay. No, I know. That was like the first major thing that ever happened. Like, other stuff happens, like,
you were literally a kid,
you know, but like, that was like proper, like, that was proper scary. And I just remember waiting for him to walk a bit further so he wouldn't see me walk into my house. So then I just walked more further to my house, and I just ran in my house, locked the door, and I just went to my room, and I was like, I was so shook. I was so shook. I know. I remember just telling my mom, I was like,
scary for you, man. Like,
I know.
Imagine, bless your soul. I'm so glad you're safe,
on the bus, he was like, oh,
bloody hell! It's the way, the bravery
can you help
to
me
stop
find my house
where you're
and stuff
stopping,
like that.
And
This guy was not
you.
drunk. He did not look like he had drunk. I was like, hey, what? Confusion at its finest, bro. But yeah.
Help you find your house, where, boy?
What about you though? Have you got any creepy experiences?
It is not. That was, I don't. For me, okay, cool. I don't think,
I feel you. That's
I'm
me
very
now,
reserved, so I don't think I've been out, like, I don't really go out. I'm very antisocial. Yeah, you know, introverted. I stay home a lot, so I didn't really get, you know, stalked or anything. I don't think I'm famous enough for that yet. No, I'm kidding. But when I was younger, I went on holiday to Sri Lanka with my family, so I was like 7 years old, I think. Yeah, I just turned 7. I was such a weird kid. Anyway, my dad's family, they live on this like massive land, and it's all sand and, you know, and things that are there. And I was just chilling on the tractor, like, you know, minding my own business, gassed that I'm sat on this massive thing, you know, pretending I'm driving it. I don't know, when you were young, everything felt so entertaining. Like, just, I could sit for hours and do nothing, and I'd be so entertained, literally. And these people walk in, like, there's massive gates, and the house was a bit far, but like my parents, my uncles and aunties, they could all still see me. And this group of big men walked in, and the guy comes in, and he's like gesturing at me. He's like, hi, and I'm so confused. I'm like, who are you? Like, because none of my family's facing me. They're all sat in a circle talking to each other, drinking tea. He starts up the tractor, puts me on his knee, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, Mom, Dad, Mom, Dad. And I'm calling for my uncle as well. And they're all just like, they're all airing me. They're like, it's cool. They're waving me away. And I'm like, do you not want me anymore? Like, am I not important to you? And I was like, bear in mind, I don't know these ends. This is the first time I had visited Sri Lanka in my life. And I was like, whoa, bro.
I'm so finished.
And this guy, he just starts driving, and he's driving the tractor outside the big gate, and I'm like, nah, I'm dead, this is it, this is when I'm dying. I'm still out here screaming. Mind you, the whole village can hear me, and none of them batted an eye. Like, this is how unimportant I felt. And I was screaming, and we were going down these fields for ages, and I don't know how long it was, it felt like forever. And there was these other dudes on the back of the tractor, and the guy stops, and he's like, you need to chill. And I'm like, take me home, who are you, why have you kidnapped me? And he's like, hold up, I'm your uncle. And I'm like, where did you come from? Since when were you my uncle? How did I not know I had another uncle? Like, who are you?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it was so embarrassing when I came back, because they were all mocking me later on in the night. But I was like, none of you told me. How was I supposed to know? I'm a 7-year-old kid. A creepy guy just comes in, picks me up, takes me on the tractor like I'm some kind of toy, and is like, it tells me 5 years later, oh yeah, you're my niece. I'm
why
like,
didn't he just tell
bro,
you, relax,
come on.
relax,
I know that wasn't really like a stalker story, but yeah, it was. Thinking back on it now, I feel really. I know. Like, he let me scream the entire time. I don't know why they did that. Like, I genuinely, I was battering this man with my tiny fists. Like, bro, let me go, let me go.
Yeah. Jeez, is that you? Oh my.
At my big age, I was like, yeah, I can beat 4 men. Like, you know, I'm hench.
That was traumatic. No, that's traumatic.
Gosh, man.
That's traumatic.
That was a lot more lighthearted than your story, but you know, like, I'm sorry. That was your first like major fake trauma.
Oh
my god, man! It was an experience.
I mean,
to say the least,
technically, you did get kidnapped because you didn't know what was going on. I mean,
I thought I was getting kidnapped. If I'm honest, I crapped myself. Like,
let me inform her.
I didn't know. Like, why wouldn't you tell? I still don't understand the process behind someone's thoughts when they don't think, oh yeah, let me just inform her, or like introduce myself. You don't even need to inform me. Just say like, listen, I'm your. Even if you don't want to tell me you're my uncle. Oh yeah, I'm your dad's friend. That works too. You don't need to, like, you know. I was just chilling on a tractor. I never sat on that tractor again when I went there. But last year when we went,
it's that same tractor.
Pandemic, for my 80th
that
birthday,
traumatic moment. Oh, bless you, man. You know what? That's actually really sweet though, because you have like that funny memory. I mean, it's funny, but it's like scary.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. I definitely look back at it and I just really laugh now. Back then I was so mad at my family because no one batted an eye. I felt so sad. It was like they just let me go. Is that how much they hated me? Like, bless you, man. My little heart back then, they were like, oh, they really wanted to crush it, bro. That's what they wanted to do. But I do have a Reddit extract.
It's really interesting, but scary.
It's kind of a stalker story, but it's also like someone kind of hacked yeah, it's it's creepy. You read it before, right? I think I sent it to you.
Okay. I can go up on the second bit.
Yeah, sure. By u/shy plant, and this is. I'll just read out the first bit, and then you can go from the second bit if you want. Yeah, of course. So she goes, hi, I tried to keep things as compact as possible, but it turned out quite long. So this is like the rundown of the thing. So X thinks I'm sending him and his wife old nudes of myself. I am not. Received creepy anonymous messages with sensitive information about my personal life, and contact details changed without me doing anything. Could this mean anything? Need advice. So backstory, when I was 16, I had a friends with benefit type relationship with a man. Let's call him Tom, who was at the time 26. This really threw me. This guy, this is classed as like engaging with a minor, right? This is not right. Like, she's 16 and he's 26, and to have a friends with benefit relationship with her, like, she was young, so he should have known better if anything. But anyway, we lived in different cities, so we'd hook up whenever I came to visit. We spoke every day but had nothing official. I had no illusion about our relationship, but we could really open up to each other, which was nice and supportive in my teen years. At 18, I had moved to his city to join the university. Initially, we met up casually. I started seeing people till at some point he asked me to be his girlfriend, apologising he hadn't done it earlier. I declined and he wanted no contact with me after that. I find that really mean. Like, it just, to me at that point, it just seemed like, oh yeah, this is all I wanted from you. Like, you know, I didn't want to be your friend. Like, that just makes me sad. yeah, we still followed each other on social media, and at some time in that year I could see that he had a new girlfriend, and while later they got married, at some point I realised he had blocked me on Instagram, which was fine by me. Do you want to do the next part?
Yeah, I can continue. Okay, so about 2 years ago, I'm in the subway and I bump into them. He ignores me full on and walks past. I just tried to say hi. Soon after this, they started calling me, screaming that I should stop sending them pictures and to leave them alone. This and their manner really came as a surprise because I hadn't been sending anyone anything, but the calls were often short and involved him yelling and not listening. I have no real idea what they're mad about. Sometime later, his girlfriend sends me an IM. What's that?
iMessage. You're such an old lady, man.
Guys,
such an old lady.
I actually am. Okay, I'm sorry. Sends an iMessage once again, confronting me. But this time, she shows me some of the pictures. They were semi-nude pictures of myself as a teen without my face, thankfully.
I swear
and
that's
some of
child
him.
porn.
That's really creepy, man. Honestly.
When she's if it's semi-nude and she's a teen, like say this was when she was 16, I swear that's like child porn. That's wrong.
It is. No, it is. If he like shared them or something, like that's you can literally go to jail
them.
and should.
He clearly kept them. Okay, go on.
Sorry.
No,
okay, without my face, thankfully, and some of him which he had sent me long ago. I have no idea who would have these photos. So blah blah blah. I deny everything. Tell them they can go to the police if necessary. Eventually, I went to the police myself to see if there was anything they could do, but apparently not. I blocked them everywhere after this. Anyway, half a year of silence till November when I opened up my Tumblr. I found a string of anonymous messages threatening to send the pictures to my mother and workplace. Anon was saying that Tom was an idiot and he used me to get over someone else, and so on. What really frightened me, however, was the questions: does your mother know you're into older guys? Does your boyfriend know that you're seeing another person? This is extremely sensitive information. I have an open relationship, but I am incredibly discreet. My boyfriend has no idea when I see other people, and it's not something I or we share with anyone at all, not even in our own social circles. There would literally be no trace of this unless this person literally followed me or could read my messages through WhatsApp, which is creepy. I find that very creepy.
That is possible though. Finish and then I'll go on. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
Of course.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No, don't worry, man. Don't worry. I am writing this today because I was looking through my WhatsApp chats and came across Tom's thread. I had blocked him ages ago, but for some reason it had been renamed to Apple. I checked my phone's contact list, and there's a separate contact with his same number, but again, Apple. Along with an additional landline phone number which never belonged to Tom's contact details. I found this quite spooky and have no idea how it happened. The landline number does not pop up online and has nothing to do with the Apple stores in my country. As far as I know, there is no way to check the IP address of an unknown Tumblr user. Part of me hurts to have someone believe I'm doing nasty things when I'm not, but the anon messages were a little too close to comfort. Does anyone...
So a lot of the comments when I read through that post were all saying it was Tom, that he was seeking some kind of revenge because she declined his offer to date him, and I think I agree, because one, who else would have her teen pictures, like the pictures of her when she was younger, other than him, if she had only sent it to him? Two, I think the way they got into the messages, this is very common that you can do this on like iPhones especially, is like you can connect your phone to other devices like your Apple ID, and you can connect your iMessage. So my cousin does this as well with her parents to help them out because they don't understand things like language wise, and it's very easy to get other people's messages. So if someone say I connected mine to yours, you could essentially read my messages, so what I send to my brother, my parents, my friends, whatever, and you could see what I'm sending and what they're responding. So initially it gives you access to my phone in a sense, and I guess this guy, I don't understand what leads people. One, he's 26 old, he's 10 years older than her.
Yeah.
So the relationship, it was...
That's already the first red flag. I remember reading it what?
She's 16,
10 years?
He's 26.
That's a minor
and
right
she's,
there.
Yeah, she's still a minor and she's still, developing. Okay, fair enough, not fair enough, I don't excuse it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was a kid, she didn't know any better, but for him then to also keep the pictures she'd sent him, also send them back, is just mind-boggling. But then like he uses it a few years later, which is ridiculous, and then kind of essentially gaslights his new girlfriend into thinking that this girl that he used to see is contacting them now to disrupt their relationship. And I think that's really crazy to me. Like, if I was her, I'd instantly change all my account details. Like, I know it's not fair that she should have to do that, but
she needs to get off social media or do something, like, as in not get off social media, as in delete her account.
Tweets,
or, exactly, because that's just creepy as hell. Like, no.
I couldn't imagine, man. Like, there's actually so many twisted people out there that do this.
So many. That's why you need to be careful, man. Like, of course, it's not your fault if you're getting stalked, because you don't even know it's happening half the time. Like, you realise it later, but it's also like, like it happened, and it's just so scary. And there's like these are like, I mean, compared to what actually happens out there, exactly. These are actually
mild stories.
Would be considered like minor compared to ones that actually really.
If we go off you, what Dan Humphrey, Joe Goldberg, Will,
oh my god,
did. Not even you, man. Gossip Girl. What Dan did was pure stalking. He stalked everyone
He's always like behind it, like he's a character. He always plays like creepy like characters, like really booky ones, like
ones that put themselves up on, like, this is very common in TV shows, ones that put themselves up on a pedestal, think they're better than everyone else, but they end up being the worst character. Like they end up being the issue, you know, like Dan Humphrey. And then Joe, when love turned out to be exactly like him, he was like, no, I don't want you anymore. I want the person across the fence. Like, bruh, really?
I remember seeing the end of that episode, like, what?
I was so mad. I was like, you've just got everything you wanted. Like, you got away with multiple murders and still.
Exactly, and he's gotten away with literally every murder, and he gets to have that life, that like happy life with love, and then he's decided he's got his next victim. I'm kind of excited for the next season, I'm not gonna lie.
I can't wait. We should do like a review on the next season.
We actually should. I love it, literally. I mean, it's such a, like, it gives me the creeps, but I also love it very much because it's just, I don't know, it's just great.
Definitely. We should do a review on like bad shows as well. Riverdale. Riverdale. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Riverdale. We're getting a bit distracted.
Riverdale's just one of those shows where they're so ridiculously stupid. The storyline is awful.
That you can't help watching it.
You can't not watch it because it's just
bad.
Too funny. Like, you don't want to miss it because it's like ridiculous.
But anyway, we are 22 minutes. That felt so fast, Ally. Like, I feel like that went by so quick. I liked your story though, and I'm glad that you're safe and not hurt.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm glad you're safe. I hope that tractor hasn't traumatized you for life, man. I really do.
Awesome, guys.
I hope you're okay.
Yeah, I could never look at a tractor the same.
I could never look at it again.
I felt a bit dramatic. I'm gonna stop now. Okay. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and big up to Eden for the Animoji idea, so you guys can sort of see us.
Future videos, guys. Stay tuned. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. That would really help us. We appreciate you guys tuning in today, and be there for the next video. Bye.